if it goes away, it's going to be on the backs of those individuals.
Really, all it's going to take is a public apology?
Yes, I would believe that a public apology would be probably the minimum step they should take. I know that there's been comments from Mr. Strickland that he's expecting the resignation of Mr. Delaney. I believe that Mr. Strickland's comments are based simply on his, and I want to emphasize, on his belief and on the information he has that that Mr. Delaney acted outside the authority of his office.
Has anybody heard from the governor?
The unfortunate result is this issue's been passed from local government back to the state government already. We have had some contact with the state government, and the answer is, remember, Mr. Delaney's appointment was made by a signature of a commissioner or a delegate, and until one of those people makes some kind of a request for that to be reevaluated or something to be reviewed, that's simply going to be left at the local level. Until the state's asked to step in, they will not.
Who were those people?
Pardon?
Who were those people?
It would be the Board of Commissioners, the Allegheny County Board of Commissioners, or the local delegation. They're the ones who generally, in these type of appointed positions, they all recommend various individuals to fill these spots. And so somebody, and I don't have the information, who actually supported Mr. Delaney. I know Mr. Delaney is a very well-liked individual in the county. I know that he has a lot of very good friends who are very loyal to him. I know that because of that friendship, because like nothing, there's anything wrong with that, they viewed him as an asset that would be good for the liquor board. They put his name forward, and they stand behind that, and that's friendship.
If it's true that there's no such thing as bad publicity, and if it's true that this story has gone national, could this be a good, positive thing for the
It can't be only because what happened is by saying that the community or saying that, in essence, whenever it was pointed out that Del McCurry violated laws and was doing something out of line with his festival. Now remember, it wasn't Del McCurry who did this. It was who did anything that they're intimating. It would have been the Del Fest Foundation. It would not have been him. But the news across the state is that we basically shunned local governments. We've shunned local like proprietors, local businesses. That we basically were a bad organization to come into a town and hold a festival. When I think anybody that's associated with Del Fest knows it's a wonderful festival. The amount of infractions, legal infractions, are minimal for any kind of an event this size. I also want to point out the type of things that Del has done. This issue this issue of liquor licensing has been a thorn since the first year. There have been issues thrown at them all the time using local people, local sponsors, local charities. That has always been an issue, and that's probably good and bad from a local perspective. But you need to remember, Del has done, as Mr. Strickland said, everything that's provided at Del Fest is a response to the people who participate, the festival goers who come to Del Fest, what they want as to the type of alcohol that was poured, as to the type of vendors that we had, as far as food, as far as vegetarian, as far as what was and what was not provided. The trash collection, as Mr. Strickland had indicated, in essence, the people who come to Del Fest enjoying folk music, enjoying that type of the culture of that music, they have an interest in the environment. They ask for, because Allegheny County does not have an organized recycling program which would handle that type of festival, they went out of the area to have the trash collected. They paid $30,000 to simply have an organization come in just to recycle all the refuse in an environmentally sound way. That is a good organization, and to have been basically treated this way in the paper after the festival's over was unacceptable.
Are you saying the first article that came out?
Everybody here doesn't forget. Mr. Delaney forgets, and simply forgot whenever he gave his written statement, that he was the one who started it in the paper. He talks about that we didn't go public. He's the one that went public. He went public the virtually days with outside the festival day. So that's disingenuous, and that's on his face, and that's the public record. When he speaks of things in the record and things that will be used down the road, well, that cuts both ways.
Well, you'd mentioned in there there's a bit of an exchange between you and Mr. Sawyer on the way out.
No, not me and Mr. Sawyer. I basically
mean
I
with the
found
time?
it very interesting that Mr. Delaney did not want to talk to anybody, did not want to give answers, did not want to give responses. But I think that he went to the venue he first went to and asked to have some sort of exclusivity and a comment, so that and I feel
He was just offering to give me this, which is what I was going to request anyway, which is a statement. It
Okay.
took some effort.
and that's fair. And I hope that's what it said. I just found it wasn't Mr. Sawyer. I have no access to
it's-
Mr. Sawyer. I just find it interesting that a gentleman closes out his meeting as rapidly as they can. They run for the exits, and on the way out, oh, by the way, Mr. Sawyer, or is the Times News? He didn't say Mr. Sawyer. He said the Times News. The Times News here. Can we have a minute of your time, not here in front of everybody? So, I hope I answered everybody's questions. I really appreciate everybody coming here today. Thank you
you.
so very much.
Thank you.
Are you guys